how to read and how to teach English. Here I will give you the demo. Here is the text. This is the story, or this is the lesson. How to read? Look at me. Bachendri was the first Indian woman to climb the summit of Mount Everest. The middle one of the 5 children, she was born in 1954 at Nakuri, a small village in the Garhwal Himalayas in the present Uttarakhand. Bachendri was from a modest background. Her father was a border tradesman who would take wheat flour and rice from India to Tibet on mules, horses and goats. He eventually married and settled near Uttarakhand, where the couple raised their family. So this is the story. So this, how is that? Bachendri Pal was the first Indian woman to climb the summit of Mount Everest. The middle one of the 5 children, she was born in 1954 at Nakuri, a small village in the Garhwal Himalayas in the present Uttarakhand. Bachendri was from a modest background. Her father was a border tradesman who would take wheat flour and rice from India to Tibet on mules, horses and goats. He eventually married and settled near Uttarakhand, where the couple raised their family. So this is the story. This story, how to teach and how to explain to the children. So that is important thing. Bachendri Pal was the first Indian woman to climb the summit of Mount Everest. Mount Everest, it is the highest peak or highest mountain of the world. So its height 8,848 meters, nearly 9 kilometer height it is. So this is the highest peak of the world, and in India, Bachendri Pal was the first woman to climb the Mount Everest. Here, Bachendri Pal was the first Indian woman to climb the summit of Mount Everest. Here we can ask the question, who was the first woman to climb the Mount Everest? Who was the first woman to climb the Mount Everest? Answer is Bachendri Pal. Bachendri Pal was the first woman to climb the Mount Everest. Mount Everest is the highest peak or highest mountain in the world. The middle one of the 5 children, she was born in 1954 at Nakuri. She was the middle of 5 children. Look this, there is a 5 fingers. Here 1, 2, then 3, 4. There is the middle. That's here the middle means 3rd child. Bachendri Pal, 3rd child was her parents. The middle one of the 5 children, she was born in 1954 at Nakuri, a small village in Garhwal Himalayas in the present Uttarakhand. It is in present Uttarakhand in Himalayas. That is the Bachendri Pal's place, her native. It was a small village. Its name is Nakuri. It is present now in Uttarakhand. It is located in the Himalayas plateau. So this is the Bachendri Pal's address. It means her place. Bachendri was from a modest background. She was modest background means she came from a small family. It means not rich or not royal. There is a below middle class. It means the poor family. Her father was a border tradesman who would take wheat, flour and rice from India to Tibet on mules, horses and goats. Her father, he was a tradesman. He is businessman. He he was selling wheat flour by the horses and mules. That was his business. So he earned the money by the selling wheat flours from India to Tibet. He was a border tradesman. That is her father's business. He eventually married and settled near Uttarakhand, where the couple raised their family. He means her father. Bachendri Paul's father eventually married and settled near Uttarakhand, where the couple raised their family. Uttarakhand. Finally, Bachendri's father, he married in Uttarakhand and he settled there. So they were migrated from Uttarakhand to Uttarakhand. Migrated here. Bachendri Paul's father. Here, this is the storytelling. Bachendri Paul was the Indian woman to climb the summit of Mount Everest, the middle one of 5 children. She was born in 1954. Here also, once again, we can ask the question: when did Bachendri Paul born? The answer is Bachendri Paul born in 1954. Where? In Nakuri. Where is the Nakuri? Nakuri is located in Uttarakhand. It is a small village. Then Bachendri was a modest. Modest means back, or small. A small background girl. Small background girl means they are not poor. They are not rich. They are not royal. They are middle class or below middle or poor. So this is the Bachendri Pass. This time we should tell the stories. We should teach the story, or we should teach the lessons to our students or our friends or our colleagues, because of to learn English. Today all the people think, so many people, not all the people, think English is very difficult to learn. But I say English is not difficult to language. Their mindset is difficult to learn that. If we have interest, it would be easy. If we do not interest, it would be difficult. So everything depends upon our mindset. Therefore, don't consider it is very difficult subject. It is so easy. And we should understand the scope of English and the value of English. So it is very essential today. Here I want to say how to learn English and how to speak English. Here already I told you the LSRW, listening, speaking, reading, writing. These are the fundamental basic skills to learn English language. These are very important. And also we should practice. It is the important point. Unless we practice, we can't learn anything. Practice makes man perfect. Therefore, we must practice daily listening, then speaking. If you want to become a good speaker, or if you want to learn English very fast, you should do it. What is that? That is, you say daily one story to your friend or colleague. That is the very good thing. And if you say the story, you should say your own words, whether right or wrong, that is secondary. But you have to practice and you have to say something in English. Don't translate. Think in English and say about it. So that's a good exercise to learn English. If you do not have any friends or colleagues, or some case they don't cooperate with you, that time you stand in front of the mirror in your home or in your room, you can practice. That's a good way. how to speak English, how to learn English, and how to managing and how to communicate this language to others. Everything you understand and practice. That's good for learn English. These are the tips to learn English. Now once again I tell you, listen, speak, read and write and practice, and tell the stories your friends are chatting in English. In conversation it should be in English. That time it is very easy to speak. I think you understand this one. You can practice well and learn English. All the best. Thank you. Bye bye.